Alright, Maximal Primal, welcome back to Destiny 2. We're loading into Salvage, the new, well, I guess at the time of this record, not new, but the season's activity. And yeah, I'd say it's, actually I don't mind it because it's a 6-player activity and I actually want more stuff like that, where we can have a group of 6, go into it. You know, just have some fun with it. Also, the new dungeon, I have to say, I should have mentioned there was also a dungeon last time they added as well, and that was fine, but oh yeah, we also got ornaments. I should have mentioned that before. It's on me. As you can tell, oh, whoops. I'll lock it anyway because we got to, but you know. You know, I like the fact that there's like parts of it look like glowing. You know, I like that. You know, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, main thing is the point of activity is as clear basically. We just go to like areas, grabbing zones, and also grabbing stuff, fixing stuff, while also defending and killing enemies, and then we go into war and fight a boss. That's basically what it is. I don't mind it. I feel like for basic activity, I'm fine with that. I think someone has the ship from that one raid from ages ago. From Scourge of the Past, that was nice Sparrow. Not Sparrow. Oh no, it wasn't from Scourge of the Past, it was a triumph from one of the activity.
Show the enemy they cannot hold us back.
That attack left us vulnerable. We need you out there handling repairs.
Good thing I put that down before it happened. That would have been a bit bad. But yeah, okay, I'm going to go in here and sort this area out. Let's grab this. So far, we're doing alright. I mean, but yeah, that was the thing. Last part, like I said, was our 200 video, and honestly, I kind of wanted to do something, but I thought, you know what, can't bothered. And I think that's kind of the point. We're getting to a point now in Destiny where it's like, it was getting to a point where it's like, you know, burnout. And I was saying it earlier, you know, it's burnout for a lot of people, and I think it's wear and tear. It's not a good burnout in the sense of, hey, you know, you've had your fill, I need a break. It's not that. It's just like, I don't know. But then to be fair though, I think it might also be the case that maybe we have played it too much and it's, you know, maybe it's got too repetitive. But I don't know. They got that, it's fine. But yeah, being back here, it does give memories, because it is literally like before.
Let's get to work, Guardians. Stronger together.
Literally is like all those years ago, and it doesn't bring back that memory of... We've been at this for like a few years now, like, realistically, and that's like 3-4 years. I mean, I recorded in 2015, 2016. I started trying to at least, and yeah, the next couple of years it'll be 10 years that we've been doing this. That is wild. Gotta be honest, that is wild. But then weirdly enough, next year is 10 years of Destiny. It would have actually have been 10 years, and the original point was a 10-year plan. So I'm wondering, like, that's why I'm thinking it maybe will stop. I hope it does. I feel like, you know what, look, end on a high note, and just leave it at that. Put everything back in that you vaulted somehow, you know, just get it all back. Do a big update that brings it all back, you know, make a season out of it, like the season of Legends, the season of Triumph. I don't know, just make it a special thing. I think personally that is important. But you know, we're gonna have to wait and see, and unfortunately, you know. But you know what, I think Destiny is not, it's not the worst game. It's not like it's been completely a waste of time for 10 years. I think if the ending fucks up, then it's like, wow, what a shit way to go. What a waste in that case. But I've had good memories on this game. Yeah, there's been bullshit, and honestly, I think it's fair. I think it's just down to how the game was built and how some things were handled. But you know what? I've had good times with it, and I wouldn't say my time was wasted, but there were times where I just thought, could they have not have shaved off a bit of time, you know, doing this or doing that? I mean, that's ultimately where my brain is at. Like, I feel like it wasn't a waste of time, but it felt like it could have been handled a lot better, like way better. Like I said, I like some bits, but there's some bits I'm like, okay, no, come on. You know, but I have to see. Final Shake could be the very best DLC they've ever done, and I pray to God it is, because that's the only way they're going to get good faith back, or at least start to get back. There's going to be people that are just going to buy anyway, and I mean, you could argue that I am. I mean, the only reason why I am is because we're that far. I mean, like I said, last part was 200 video on this game, you know, like 200 parts. Like, I'm that deep into it. Like, if I just did like a couple parts of it, and then, you know, like if I started like a couple years ago instead, I had a couple parts, then it's like, look, I don't really feel, I'm not feeling it. I'll just play as a casual fan, you know, I'll just play it as someone who's a casual. Well, I'm casual, but I'd play it as someone who like maybe checks in once a year, a couple of years or something. Once every few months or whatever, and see how it is. See some, you know, play for a little bit and stop for a bit, you know. Maybe not buy the DLC if it's on sale, you know, that sort of thing. But because of the fact that it is one of those things, I'm too far in and I just want to see the end. And yes, you could argue, just watch on YouTube, it's like, okay, but then you could have anything. I want to experience it, I want to see how it is, I want to see it be at its best, potentially its best. If it's not at its best, at least, then I think it's fair to say that everyone should be considered, not considered a marathon, but I think people should be iffy about marathon and whatever. I think people need to say, look, you know what, we're not going to support the practice because you've shown what you've done with Destiny. How do we know you're not going to? How do we not know you're not going to do that with marathon or whatever? And it's like, you know, that's a fair point. The only reason why I'm tempted to try is because it's free, and maybe that's what they also think. It's like, well, look, if we make it free, people can't complain. It's like, well, just because, you know. I mean, I don't want to be like, I'll say, you know, fuck it. It's like if someone just like gave you a plate and put a shit on it and then said, look, I gave you a shit for free. It's like, yeah, but it's still shit. Like, it doesn't matter if you gave it to me for free, it's still shit on a plate. Like, no. Just because it's free does not mean it's justified. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm pessimistic about it, but that's just my brain working the way it is. for now, I got hopes for it. There's potential, and that's the same with Destiny. Like with Destiny got potential, we just got to see. But yeah, if I was so positive at the moment about the current season, I like the weapon. I like the dungeon. The dungeon can be a bit chaotic, but I feel like as long as you're equipped, properly equipped anyway, you'll be fine. And it felt like a nice, friendly dungeon. Like, it's easy, but you gotta have the stuff for, like, be ready for it. You can't just go in there with, you know, I'll take this, sorry, I stuttered there. Can't go in there, and I'm gonna use this quote, like, from somewhere like, some of the channels I watch, one of the channels I watch, you know, it's like covered in there, naked with a ham sandwich, you know, I mean, unless you're really sweaty then, and elitist, like an elite player or whatever, then yeah, I guess you could, but yeah. Oh yeah, so here we go. Now we finished our task, we got teleported, now we can go underwater. But yeah, the pressure thing is obviously, I think, if it goes down and starts cracking, I think we'll die. So we need to grab bubbles. Bubbles give us air, which is fair enough. But yeah, no, so ultimately, I like this. I like the sea stuff. I like the dungeon. I like I like the armor in the dungeon as well. It looks very cool. I love the color. I like the chain. I like the glowing stuff where you can change the color. And if you have like that certain shader on, it looks like you're Mario when he has a superstar. And he goes, when he's invincible. You know, it's fucking weird. You know, I like a lot of the stuff there. I think it's quite cool. But that's the thing for me, essentially, is what I want is I want the old content back, because I feel like more variety means more options, but not just me, but other people that I know, you know, and it'll probably give people more of a reason to play. Be like, oh cool, Destiny 2, you know, part 1 or so. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they could copy and paste the servers, or what they got, and then just, they must have a copy of it somewhere, like, they must have the content somewhere. They wouldn't just delete it and not have it somewhere in their back pocket. I don't know. Like I said, it's very odd. We'll just have to see. Now, the question is though, like, I'm trying to think like what other things they're going to do, because it is one of those things for me where I'm curious like what the weapon's like. I do want to see what that scout rifle is, but I've heard things about like it's tough because it's matchmaking based, and if people are fucking around then you can't get it, and it's like, so maybe I do need help with that. Which, if so, that's kind of a bit of a flaw. I mean, it should be easy then if you have to have match-made players, because you can't guarantee what people are doing. The thing is, like I said, I could be doing something right now, and it could be ruining someone's chance to do something, and it's like, I don't even know what they're trying to do, I'm just trying to do this. And that's kind of the problem, you don't know. Right, so here we go, this is one of the bosses. But no, you know, as much as I, you know, like I said, I think I said the last part as well, like, as much as I bitch about Destiny at times, I love it, I like it. You know, I like it, but I hate some of the choices. It's like what I said before, it's about, you know, it's like a kid, you know, it's like your own kid, if you have a kid. It's like, you know, you can still criticise them, but then be like, look, I don't approve what you like, I don't approve what you're doing, but we still care about you, you know, we just want you to do the best you can. And that's, I think that's how people feel about, I think that's a fair example. But I don't know. So, there's another activity as well we'll be doing, a mini one, and I think this is also a good addition. It's called fishing, and essentially we literally do go fish, and I think that's quite nice. I mean, people go, "Oh, it's boring." It's like, okay, and you know, I get that, but to be honest, I think it's cool having something in the open world, and I think this sort of shit should stay in the game, like, not just for seasons. Have stuff in the open world, you can just go around, like, do little fish, you know, just sit there, just do, like, mini games. I feel like it's like a little mini game. I think that's quite cool. Destiny needs variety, and I think that's good. Like Spell League Racing, that would be fun if that came back, but, you know. But, you know, that's something that, again, unique, and you can argue, well, not everyone likes racing, everyone likes fishing. It's like, I get that, but then not everyone likes how the game is anyway, so it's like the same people who don't like PvP. Not everyone's going to play PvP, no one's going to play PvE, but you've got to have those who do. Just like those people who like doing raids or hardcore endgame, or those who do and don't, you know. And that's fine, you have fans for both sides, and I think that's okay, you know, you can have a bit of both. But, you know, we'll just have to see, I guess.
So, you're with Keitel now. How many among her rank ransacked the tower?
More than none, but fewer than you might believe. You've missed a lot since you were gone.
It feels like yesterday to me, Saladin. We were alone, scattered, lightless.
Good news is I can now finally give commendations out.
I don't expect you to immediately acclimate to the new world you found yourself in. But I do expect you to try. If I can learn to open my eyes and see beyond the tip of my sword, I know.
Yeah, I was fair. I couldn't get accommodations for like a month or two, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I felt awful as well. I know it's silly, but like, I felt bad like I couldn't get accommodations to people. Because I thought, you know, these people are like giving me accommodations for looking nice and stuff, and I just feel bad for them. Oh, there we go, commendation, week 4. Yep, there you go. You can tell how little I've been playing. Whoops, my voice went a bit weird. Alright, from the helm. There we go. Let's go. Let's get rid of some of this junk we don't need. But yeah, they've also done something that I think me and a couple of my friends had a heated debate on, weirdly enough, but I think their concern was the fact of exotic. They've done it differently. Because if you have a look, you can see exotic, powerful gear, exotics. You now get exotics that you can now turn into specific armor. You can basically focus them. But you need like. You need to also have like the materials, like I said, the shards of that to do it. But the thing is, though, I think that's arguably. I kind of understand, like, both sides, like, what Pinnacle Gear was good for those who play and catch it, but then this season, there's not even an increase in light at all. There's no light increase, which is a nice plus for those who are just trying to play catch up. So I think, well, look, this is fine. And arguably, this is better because you can get to pick what you want. The powerful stuff to be in what slot. So, we accept the gifts.
You guardians.
So the old man asked you to babysit.
I'm your heir superiority.
From aboard a Cabal cruiser? Never thought I'd see the day.
Meet the Empress, then I'll hear your judgment.
Fair enough. To be honest, it's just nice to be back running with the both of you.
On that we can agree.
There you go, done that. But yeah, so essentially we do underwater missions where we just go around, getting stuff. Not getting stuff, but we're just, you know, gonna go and find stuff. And this is where it could get a bit tense, but we'll see. And where's the way? I'm going to assume down here. Yep, I was correct. But listen, this sort of stuff's nice. I mean, you know, as much as I've been bashing, you know, there is stuff like this that I think is like, you know, I think it's nice. You know, I think it's quite cool and atmospheric. Atmospheric? Yeah, I don't know. How I pronounce stuff can be weird at times, but yeah, I like it. So there's a good few things I did this season. I think, you know, that's... I don't know, I think it's an odd one, really. I like the gameplay, really. I didn't like the gameplay for Season of the Haunted. I hated the story of it, and I thought the gameplay bit got a bit repetitive. You know, we could explore the surviving bits, but...
Let's hustle, Guardian.
It's been an age since I've seen you fight, Sloan. Had you been with us on the dragon hunts? You're the bait now, Guardian. You're next.
Goes against all my instincts, but I'll try to make myself look delicious. Deploying drill. Let's get loud, Guardian.
Yep, so now we've got to fix some bits. Not fix a drill, but yeah. Oh, I didn't actually realise I got invisible. There we go.
You'll need to keep those drills fueled and intact.
There we go. Do, 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 do. Here we go, last one for now, if I'm right. Low fuel.
Keep those drills fueled and intact.
Drown this gift and revel in it. Kneel, that I may lay my blade across thine breast. The quiver of your heart to resonate its black edge.
Get out of my head.
There we go.
coming in hot, Guardian.
Let it take you. Then beat their challenge.
Right, 5,000 meters under the sea. Right, let's see what we got.
I bruised it for you. Now take it down.
Jaws. That's actually quite cool. Nice little reference. Remember when me and Brian played? It was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah. Oh. Oh, I'm an idiot. I actually didn't pay attention. I didn't pay attention to the no death thing. I forgot that was there. I'm a fucking idiot. That's on me. I actually am. That is on me. That is on me. 110% on me.
I bruised it for you. Now take it down.
You know, I got an idea. I'm going to sit here and just do this. I'm going to save my super for later when it gets a bit more intense. Whee! Right. You know what? My laptop's chose the very worst time to do this. I need to plug in the laptop, otherwise it's going to die. And you should argue, why don't you just keep it plugged in for now and permanently? It's like, well, I would, but then the battery will get worse, I feel like, so it's probably not a good idea. I thought the logic was not to overcharge it, but I guess with PC, well, not PC, laptop batteries. Whoops, that was good timing. It's done, it's done. There we go. I'll use my super for this one and then we're done.
just punched us a way out.
Good. You haven't lost a step.
Well, I've had a lot of dive time. But the Guardian took to the sea like a fish. Send over the submersible beacon and let's transmat this hull back to the rig.
You're sure this new ally of yours is trustworthy?
Hasn't let me down yet. You asked me to trust you about the Empress. Trust me about Asa.
Right, back to the helm we go. And I'm going to grab that while we're at it, because why not? But yeah, I think this is essentially what will happen every... what was it? Not every single time, but yeah. You also probably noticed we got bait. I remember I said we probably will go fishing. And you can get exotic fish, because when you turn the exotic fish in, you get exotics. Infuse, because it's not like I've got anything better for these to do. Check post box, because you never know. Oh, cool. Oh. Fair enough. And this is what this bit that did annoy me a bit. It's like you do this, you know, she talks and then she walks off. It depends what's going to happen. See in a minute.
An oasis in the desert. Seeds of hope buried beneath the sands. Nomads, wanderers, travelers. Their journey comes to an end. The first to be claimed by the deep. The first to fall victim to the witness.
Yep, and there we go. And she'll walk off. And we have to go to the helm to speak to her, because instead of us talking there, it's just add extra steps, and it's like you don't need to have these steps in.
So you heard all of that, huh? Hard to believe, but it's not just noise. I can understand bits and pieces of it through Asa. Xivu Arath's thirst for battle, the Witness's cold rage, the Taken's enmity. It's all in there. I started hearing it when my arm got this new paint job, but it hasn't sounded that real since. Doesn't matter. I've been through it before, and I can get through it again. Asa has vital information about the Witness. I'll do whatever it takes so she can deliver it. That's the mission, and I always complete the mission. Asa and I both need to recover before we boost our connection again. Until then, continue helping Drifter upgrade his technology.
I like how it's like upgrade it, but then it's the same every week. Like you get a little bit. It's not like we get more every time. It's just bits of the same thing. Like if you had like double the amount of dialogue, then it's like okay, she's actually able to say more than a couple things.
Guardian, operations on Titan are in full swing. Drifter believes he can further improve his modified bank to work at greater depths. It will require more salvage from the sunken arcology. Acquire it for him so we can continue and
So rinse repeat, and yeah.
This mission. Sloane's been through enough as it is. I informed her of everything that transpired while she was MIA. Guardians using the darkness, Savathun's deception, the witness attacking the Traveler. And Amanda. The two of them were close. Word of Amanda's death hit Sloane hard. I saw it in her eyes. The moment when the news landed. And the moment she buried it. I don't like putting this mission on Sloane. But I recognize her need for it. Her need for an objective. And a commander to assign it. What I need is for you to stand beside her in the trenches. Show her that she doesn't have to fight this battle alone. We'll all see this through together.
Okay. And this thing, I didn't listen to these because I was holding them for recording. Because I didn't want to listen to these and then I was like, oh yeah, shit, you guys can't hear because I can only listen to one per account, which is a bit BS.
See, the way I look at it, this has always been the plan. Playing the game, Gambit, the machine. The Nine taking the long view.
You think the Nine were telling you to run Gambit for this? That they saw everything coming and that's how they chose to prepare us?
Don't know, boss. Maybe they see the future. Maybe they're just a few floors above and can see further down the road than we can. Maybe we're all just squinting at specks, looking for meaning. What I'm saying is, it works. It'll get us what we need, and maybe, if we're lucky, get Sloane what she needs too.
And what is that?
A win.
Fair enough. Okay. We don't have our fishing quest. I think it's because of I did want to show it off briefly, but it's not there. So unless maybe we need to go to the tower to grab it, I don't know. But yeah. So next part we'll continue on, rinse and repeat what we're doing, and yeah. See you all then. Take care. See ya.